Welcome to Talking Synths. This is episode 87, and today I'm joined here with...
Jorb, hello.
Jorb joins us again, which is awesome, because I think Jorb is probably one of the best guests we have.
Happy to fill in.
No offense to Dr. Mix or anybody else that's been on here, so...
yeah, what an icon.
Whatever.
What an icon.
But yeah, Dr. Mix is great. But so today we're going to be talking about a topic that I think some of us have suggested before, and we never could really, I guess, come to it because it seemed kind of silly. But I think it's a great topic and deserves to be talked about, and that is food pairings with synthesizers. I mean, it has to be talked about. It has to be talked about.
It's on my mind. Anytime I play any synthesizer, I think, what should I be eating? I'm so glad somebody's brave enough to answer that question.
I'm just constantly eating all the time, and I just run out of food ideas, you know,
right.
what I'm trying to do. So, but before we talk about that, how have you been?
Good, I've been great. The whole YouTube thing is still kind of bumbling along. You know how it is. Little projects here and there, getting finished and not finished. Actually, You know what I just did? I bought an SP303, broken one, to try it, and guess who has parts for sale for the SP303? Syntaur.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, awesome, of course they would have it. I didn't even think you guys, because I think of that as like a separate category of gear, but it's rolling stuff. Of course you guys had it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little sampler kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I used to have one of those, and they sound really cool, but the sequencer on the thing is like, it's like trying to throw like paint at the wall, and if you can like hit it perfectly, it can make something out of something.
Yeah. I was planning on using it just for effects, but I just want to try it. I want to have an opinion of it.
Yeah, the effects are cool. That's what Fortet used to do. We had like two of them on stage, and you would use effects. Yeah. But
yeah, everything's been good. The synth stuff's been good. Since the last time we talked, I went to Superbooth, which was great, but that's not really relevant, not super topical right now. But
was there any new stuff
at Superbooth? Oh yeah, I tried the new Rhodes, and I tried the Oberheim, the OBX8, which was amazing, by the way. Have you played one?
Yeah. Well, when we went to NAMM, they had a few of them out there. Yeah. We didn't kind of really get to spend too much time on them, but
I'm sure you guys were busy.
They were there. Oh yeah, we did 16 interviews.
16.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a lot of those were for the Dave Smith video we did, the tribute.
Which turned out really, really nice. I'm glad you guys did that.
Yeah. I'm when we were doing it, I wasn't too sure about what we were, how we were going to do it. So it was just such a spur of the moment thing.
Yeah. What a shame, by the way. What a shame.
It really was a shame because, we literally just were there talking to him and stuff, and it was really kind of surreal, honestly.
Yeah. He was at Superbooth, and I didn't bother him because the only place I could assume he was walking to was the bathroom when I walked by him. I was like, I don't want to bother him. And I talked to Marcus Ryle, which was amazing, but I didn't bother Dave, and I wish I just said hi.
Yeah.
But, rest in peace.
Yeah, it was just kind of eerie. It actually kind of bothered me for a little bit. You know what I mean?
It's just
kind of like really
didn't
close.
seem right.
Yeah. But it was cool that we were able to put that out and to see that his family saw it and were happy about it.
Yes.
Felt like it was all kind of worth the amount of work that it went into.
I think you guys did a great job, and everybody had, good, great, thoughtful, heartfelt things to say about it, which is all we can do now, right? It's
there
like,
were a
Dave,
lot of
thank you for everything.
Emotional, stuff with that. You could feel it in the building. It was pretty intense. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry to derail with that.
That wasn't derailment. It's crazy.
That's the way the conversation went. But.
Yeah. So anyway, I feel like so much more stuff has happened.
We haven't talked in a little while. I know you guys have been so busy. I've been busier, but...
Yeah. You were saying that you fixed up that MS-10 and stuff like that?
Yes, I bought... It's back there somewhere, behind some other boxes.
Yeah.
But I bought that broken MS-10 from, Look Mum No Computer,
Mm-hmm.
you know that?
Yeah.
He put it on eBay for like a charity thing, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I respect him. I like everything he does so much. Going to the Red Cross is a good thing to do right now, and I've wanted an MS-10. I've had this idea for a video of comparing a bunch of one oscillator, one envelope mono synths. I've got the SH-101, I'm fixing the kitten, and the MS-10 was the third thing I thought of to like fit that bill. And so I was like, I guess I'll go for this eBay auction. And I'm getting kind of good at winning eBay auctions, so I won the eBay auction, and came all the way from the UK. Was not in very good shape at all. I did a whole video about fixing it up and everything, but it was fun. It was the sort of project that was like, I know these 3 things are wrong. I should tackle them in this order because they might relate to each other. And it was changing some parts, cleaning some things, replacing some jacks. I had to build new wood sides for it, like a bunch of little problem-solving steps, and I like that. Those are good projects. But I hadn't had any experience with old Korg other than my Poly 6, I guess. But this feels...
Were the filters on it okay?
Yeah, we talked on that. We talked about that on Instagram. But yeah, the Korg 35, I believe, is in the MS10, and it's no problems at all.
Yeah, I think Carlos, one of our former employees, had he had an MS10 and then an MS20, and
cool.
I think one of the filters went out on one of them, and it's like, good luck finding that, because
really?
I think they're in the big like box.
Yeah, it's sort of a prototypical integrated circuit where there's like a tiny board.
Yeah, the mini Korg I think is like that too, where it's just like a box. Yeah.
The Traveler filter.
Yeah.
Old Korg stuff is cool. It makes me want to try an MS-20.
Amazing filters, yeah. Amazing filters, yeah. Does the MS-10 let you route? Can you put sound through it?
Yes, there's an external in. It doesn't have the like processor that the MS-20 has, but yeah, there's an external in with a volume knob.
And you can run the filter through it?
Yeah, you can like run it back in on itself, you're saying? Or you can run other stuff through the filter.
Yeah, like you can run some drums through it or something.
Yeah.
That makes it worth it, just that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Itself. Yeah. Yeah.
Super, super cool old stuff. I like old mono synths. I'm starting to realize that all the cool stuff about an old synth is
Would you take an original MS-20 over an SH-101?
I think I would. I'd have to try one to know for sure, because I love my SH-101. It's carelessly tossed into the corner of the room right now. But I didn't think I would like it. I didn't think I would like my SH-101. I just bought it because it was a good enough deal, And then when it showed up, I was like, oh, this vibes really, really hard. Like, I understand why this stuff is
legendary.
So
much character to it. It's it's a really cool synth, but
I'm sure you guys get all sorts of like, I'm sure you just stuff coming through Syntaur, like, oh, I can try that. Do you get a chance to try stuff that rolls through?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, we have an SH-101 that we do for R&D purposes, and I mean, you get to mess around with it. I haven't been able to like sync it up. I guess we had a DR-110 and we sold it, but it was just,
cool.
Man, it's just, I don't know why it's so simple, but it just sounds so good.
It does.
The same thing with the JX3P. Unfortunately, how hard it is to sync stuff with the JX3P, but
the MIDI blows.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It makes me realize how much value I have just like stopped up in this room. You know what I mean? Like, even if I like bought this broken and I fixed it up, it's like I'm holding on to a lot of stuff right now.
Yeah, for real. I have a lot of junk too that I need. I don't think I need to get rid of anything at this point. Right, so I bought a Korg Wave Station SR, and it ended up not working, and so I was like, crap. And then I realized Korg has the VST version with their Legacy, and it's half off. So if anybody's watching this right now, Korg is selling all their VSTs half off.
Awesome.
I think until July 11th, but it was like $50, so I bought the VST version. I'm just like, man, this is really great.
Way more convenient.
Yeah, and it has like a randomize button, so you can just sit there and randomize the whole synth.
Oh, that's pretty
dope.
And
it's all vector based and everything. It's awesome. Yeah.
So 2 things. One, I could talk about the MPC for this entire time. if you want to keep talking about the MPC, I would love to. But that's part of, like I just mentioned, I bought the 303.
Yeah.
I just want to have an opinion of the 303, then the 404, then the 404 Mark II.
Right.
I want to step through them in that order because I don't have much hands-on experience with them. I've, played with the 404, a few versions of them, but I just want to step through. I would love to do the same thing with the MPCs. They're so much more expensive, though.
Yeah, I think because I was talking to Ricky Tinez about this, where it's like the 60 and then the 3000, and he's like, goes between them. I think he still has his 60, but I was like, I'm thinking about getting a 3000, and he's like, well, the processing is kind of, it's not like that much better than a 60 because you're still like really limited with stuff. It's still like an old MPC.
Yeah, he's the guy to ask.
Yeah, but the 3000 has a filter on it. So it's like just for that, it's kind of just...
That makes a big difference.
Man, there was so many times on the 60 where you're just like, man, I wish I could filter that.
But it makes a huge difference.
Dude, yeah, but...
Yeah. Anyway, you mentioned you vectoring, and I forget that comes from the Wave Station or the Wave.
Yeah,
Wave
vectors.
Station? That's right.
Yeah, I think because it was Dave Smith, going back to Dave Smith, because he did
Right.
the VS, the Prophet VS.
That's right.
And then he went to go work for, if I know the story correctly, he went to go work for Korg, and was part of the development team on the original Wave Station. That's
right.
Yeah. Yes.
And have you seen the Vector synth? That new, it's like a little blue box. It's like visual. That company was kind enough to reach out to me, and I'm going to demonstrate one. But the Vector synth, I didn't make the connection that it comes from a lot of that same idea.
Well, yeah, you have like different. They're kind of like wavetables. I mean, I know someone's probably going to tear me apart in the comments about what's the correct way of saying it, but there's like wavetable and then
and you sequence between them, sort of.
Right, yeah, you can pick multiple and have them all blend together and stuff like that.
The Vector synth isn't. I'm going to have to look into it. I haven't even opened it yet.
Oh, okay.
Bless those people. But it's elements of that and visual modulation as well. So like what you see on screen relates to what you're hearing in a lot of ways.
I think,
and the visuals are part of the sound design. It's really cool.
I think not wavetable, but vector synthesis is the best form of synthesis. And I know that's going to piss people off, but I'm telling you right now, it's the best form of it.
Like everybody's typing right now. Haven't you heard an analog filter?
Well, a vector.
Me, actually, I'm typing that.
A vector synth with analog filters.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Somebody needs to get on it. A vector. Well, I mean, isn't the VS?
Must be
the Prophet VS. Doesn't that have? That's,
I think so. I think so.
I think that has.
I'm not sure. I think so. Somebody's typing right now. We don't even have to wonder anymore. The answer is there.
How easy it is to go down this tangent of like gear. Like I don't like. It's because you gotta be a little crazy.
You know how. You know how I open all my videos? My name's Jorb. I love gear.
Right.
I really do. I just want to talk about it. And I imagine that's true for a lot of the people who watch. It's just stuff that excites us. You know? I just love this stuff.
For real. Yeah. And then when you find something new that's like opens up. Because like I got that Wave Station plugin, and it's just like opened up me creating more music just because it's like exciting. But
it is. Yeah. To try new things and to learn about new things and to get good with whatever it is. It's just awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, so fun.
So before we start going down this crazy tangent of stuff, I wanted to bring up food pairings with synthesizers.
Yes, let's stay focused.
I thought of this the other day, and it took it very serious because I don't think enough people talk about this. Okay.
No, it's very
people
important.
talk about wine. They talk about flavors. You know, they talk about cigars and flavors and stuff like that. So my question is, with synthesizers, there's got to be, flavor pairings between the two, right? So
right, of course.
I was thinking, and I put together a list. Okay. So the first one on my list is, drum roll, the Akai S900 sampler, right? Everybody knows what that is. I think it pairs well with a Five Guys burger. That's just my opinion. Love it or hate it.
Kind of a big burger.
Yeah, you could say a Five Guys hamburger or like really fatty brisket. You know what I mean? Like when you go to the barbecue and like they can give you like lean brisket or fatty brisket. I'm saying like fatty brisket is like all the way.
Give me the cap. Yep.
All the way. So like. Another one I got was the TB303, the Roland TB303. Orange, what is it, sorbet?
Wow,
yeah. You could say something like real fruity ice cream or something like that.
Because it's a little shrill, it's a little sharp.
Well, there's so much character to it, you know what I mean? Like you can just sit and eat orange. How do you even pronounce that? Sorbet? Is that French? Sorbet, ice cream. Yeah, TB303 and the JX3P. I said either a grapefruit or a pomegranate.
Interesting.
I'm leaning more towards a pomegranate.
Because it is sweet,
right?
And I like that connection. And just because it's red, it makes me think pomegranate.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a pain in the ass to get to, like a pomegranate. So I think pomegranate's a good one.
Yeah, because you got to pick all the seeds apart, and then like the color of the juice or whatever can like stain everything.
Yes, yep.
Somehow that relates to the 3P. It stains everything.
Being a pain in the ass.
All right, so I was going to ask you what you thought the Juno 106 was.
Ooh, I don't. That's good. I think it's smooth, right? I don't think it's fizzy. I don't think it's fruit. I think it's a dessert. I think it might be cheesecake.
Cheesecake?
What do you think? Do you think that's fair?
It's honestly probably better than what I picked.
What did you? Okay. I don't have much of a justification for it. Just
baked bread.
Yeah, like a fresh warm
just some
bread.
That's actually pretty stupid. I'm not.
No, I think that's because. Okay. Let's think about why. Can you break it down?
Well, like I don't know. You get like the grocery store here is HEB, right? So you get like the thing of bread. You used to be, I don't know, the new HEB over here, you can't do it anymore, where you get like the kitchen loaf and you can bake it. And you get the outside and it's all like crispy, but then the inside is all like gooey and stuff. And then you slap some like Kerrygold butter on there. It's like exceptional.
Yeah. I like that. It's flexible. Everybody thinks it's delicious.
Right.
You know, everybody understands how useful it can be. I think I can respect the fresh baked loaf of bread.
Bread gets a lot of hate. The Juno gets a lot of hate. But everyone likes it. I mean,
yeah, people pretend like there's alternatives. People pretend like you can just use a tortilla or lettuce, but no, it's different.
Right,
bread.
or those cauliflower tortillas that just are nasty.
No, that's the boutique line. Get that.
And then
that's a good one.
Okay, so I'm trying to think of a good one. So okay, SH-101. What do you think?
See, I think it's kind of plasticky. I think it's kind of fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But not in a bad way. So my first thought is like candy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what's a sort of... It's not... Well, maybe it is like M&M's. It's kind of simple. Kind of sweet. You know it's fake if you think about it. You know, it seems kind of plasticky.
Yeah. I said long-lasting mint gum.
I think that's pretty good too.
I mean, like
you don't want to swallow it.
What are those little like oval candies that you get at the
Tic Tacs?
No, like they're like circle. They look like a toilet bowl ring where it has the hole in the middle, and then or like a
Lifesavers.
Yeah, Lifesaver, but it's
a mint one.
Yeah, but it has like they taste like toothpaste.
Yeah,
they're really good toothpaste.
Yeah,
and you feel bad for eating it. Yeah, it's like the really good mint flavor. That's what I thought.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's little you know. I think that's a good one.
You know what I'm talking about, right? That the weird mint one that like tastes.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. The ones that spark when you bite them too fast. Yeah.
Wait, what? They spark?
They like let off some luminescence if you bite them in the dark. Did you know that? The mint Lifesavers?
I have never heard of that before.
Well, this is not what the topic of this podcast is about, but go ahead and look that up when we're done with this.
Oh, that's some scary...
I do have... I'm realizing it right now. So a friend of mine who is a subscriber, he works for Chicago Music Exchange. His name's Roland. Great guy. But we were talking about the sound of the Oberheim stuff and the sound of the Prophet stuff.
Yeah.
And he says... the OB6, I think the OB6, or maybe the OBX8. He says the Oberheim sound is kind of like Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Because it's fizzy. It's delicious.
That's honestly, that's great.
I'll have to text him right after this. Tell him.
I asked Ricky Tinez what his was, and he said the Oberheim Expander and sliced peaches.
Oh, I like that.
So... take that as you will. I don't remember the last time
I'm looking around the room trying to think of another good one. I don't know.
I think I wrote...
so funny.
Let me see here. The Prophet 5. What would the Prophet 5 pair with?
It seems kind of classic, right?
Yeah.
It seems
but it's
kind
like
of
an all-American kind of like... So like I was like apple pie or like a kosher Nathan hot dog. With only French's mustard on it, not the organic gross stuff. I'm talking about the French's American stuff. Yeah, that's
that good stuff.
Yeah,
that's funny. Yeah, you're right. It's a uniquely American thing. So funny. That's a good one too. What if I kind of like that? Like think about the Baja Blast thing is funny, but with the Prophet 5, like. What is it useful for? Where does it come from? I think that's the right way to do it. For full transparency, you told me that this was the topic, and I thought it was a joke. I didn't plan any. I was like, oh, haha, good one. You know, but here we are. So that's really funny.
I mean, I was like way into this. I was like, I texted Josh, one of our techs, and he gave me a whole list of puns here that I'm going to read off.
Let them rip. Let's go.
Let's go. Let me see if we find them. All right. There's so many of these. All right. He said the Moog grandmother and cookies.
Werther's original, yeah. I like that. It's like a fresh baked chocolate chip cookie.
And he said DX7 and layered dip. And I don't know what kind of dip. It could be onion dip. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm not a big dip guy myself, but
sure. I like that one.
And then he gave me some puns here, so I don't know if this is acceptable, but we'll let it slide this time. He said the micro wave-table. So that's pretty good. Moog Subharma corn dog. You could say you're Behringer craving those. Man, that's not good. That's not funny. That's not even good. All right. Roland Jupiter egg salad.
I don't think the Jupiter 8 reminds me of egg salad
It
at
doesn't.
all.
It doesn't. Moog Theramint chocolate chip.
That one's actually good. That one's quite good.
Oh my god. Sequential Prosciutto 3.
Prosciutto?
Yeah, prosciutto. I can't pronounce words correctly. Korg on the cob wave.
Well, hey, he's got some winners in there.
Buklas and bagels.
Just because there's a B? Am I missing some word?
That one doesn't. That one. That's a. We'll cut that one out. That one's bad. God, he sent me so many. Incredible.
Wow, what a creative mind you've got there with your man and Josh.
It's incredible.
I appreciate what he's contributed to this episode.
I know,
because I didn't write any down.
He definitely did way better than I could have. I mean, I spent like 30 minutes
job.
last night trying to come up with these. The weirdest one was I wrote that the Mirage was like calf liver. You ever had calf liver before?
No, I have not.
It's good, but it's like there's so much because you can taste the liver and it's kind of like irony and gritty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to get through it.
Yeah.
Hey, you should let's incite some community engagement. What food pairings with synthesizers do you have?
Good idea.
Viewers and listeners.
I would
put them in the comments.
Really like to see what people can come up with because I spent way too much time on this trying to find good answers. Because
I think the people are gonna have the good
Kenneth,
ones.
our shipping guy and the cool dude on the keyboards, he said the micro Korg and McDonald's.
Yeah, because it's actually good and people don't want to admit it. That's actually super
I thought that was
good. I like
good.
that one a lot.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what it tastes like. Everybody knows what it sounds like. People pretend like they don't like it.
I'm trying to think.
I love that one.
There's got to be. You could say one more. What would the D50 be?
Ooh. Again, it's kind of sterile.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring. Part of me wants to say Jell-O. Part of me wants to say like an orange Jell-O. Is that weird? Because it seems pristine, you know what I mean, before you dig into it. But it's still delicious. What would you say?
I haven't messed around with a D50 before.
Yeah, I've got one in here, waiting for its opportunity to shine.
It's a complex instrument, though.
It is. I think, and I don't want to derail from our food conversation, but I think early digital stuff is super cool.
Oh, totally. I have a Kurzweil K. It's the rack mount version of the K1000, so it's like a Rompler, and
cool.
It has really early 80s and 90s choir and piano.
I like that stuff.
Yeah, dude, I love it. And it's just loaded. It's just a preset machine, but when you pair it with something, it's like an M1 or something.
Effects.
Yeah.
Do you know the Sound Canvas series, like the early PC audio stuff?
Yeah.
I love the SK88 Pro, the one with the keyboard.
We have two of those actually. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. The only other person I've talked to actually two people, Suit and Tie guy, who you know,
yeah.
is he's the one who turned me on to him. and then another YouTuber who I think they're great. Josh is making music. They bought one after I demonstrated it and we talked about it, or I think it might have even been a gift from somebody to them. But they love it the same way because it's like just good reverb on like kind of a crummy Rhodes PCM sample. Sounds great.
Yeah, it's got like a weird like wavetable. I don't know how to describe it. I don't even know when this came out. This must have been like 90s, right? Late 90s.
The SK88 Pro, I believe, is 90. I can't remember, 98 or 96.
Yeah. They're kind of like weird JD 800s or something like.
Some of the samples are the same. And actually, some of the samples in there are the same samples they use for the attack of sounds in the D50, or like the initial percussive hit in the D50.
Wow.
Roland just had them and did great stuff with them. But yeah, like there's a patch called Soundtrack in the SK88 Pro. That's the legendary one on, well, actually, it's on the JX8P as well, but it's in the D50. And one of the sample layers from the D50 is the same sound that's in the SK88. I think it's awesome. One of the partials, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
On the D50 is the exact sound that's in the SK88, which is so cool. But yeah, that's one of the outlines I have half written. I have a bunch of stuff that I like get the idea and I start writing an outline, and then I end up with the gear to demonstrate it later on. One of them is all about early digital synthesis, so the D50 and the ESQ stuff, and then all the way up to the Nord Lead 2 I've got, which is 96. That's all early digital in my eyes. Just different manifestations of it.
The ones you can still get really cheap are the Kawai K1, the Yamaha SY22 and the 35, and the Yamaha TG33, which is the weird vector version. And then
I'm not familiar with those. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, you might want to get into them before people start. Because I got my
hearing about them?
My TG33 for $100, and then about a month later they were up to like 400. So it was.
That's the way everything's going.
Synthflation, dude, it's crazy.
Synthflation. Yeah. Hey, I've never heard it put out like that. That's going in the repertoire. I'll be throwing.
I think the guy from San Antonio. You ever seen his videos? Alamo Music.
Oh yeah,
Zach, I think.
Zach Marr.
Yeah, he always goes.
Yeah, he's a buddy. We chat. We haven't talked in a little while, but he's a good buddy.
And he's always like this in the thumbnails. Yeah.
Buddy Zach Marr. I'll have to talk to him. He was very, very kind to me early on, and that's something I don't forget. I'll have to talk to him again. He was great. But he says synthflation. I think that's great. I'll text him after this and say you got a good one.
Yeah.
Because I say Synthfluencer all the time. You ever hear that one?
Synthfluencer. That's a good one.
Yeah. I think I love that. And, there's some animosity towards it. Some people use it like derogatorily, to say
content
you aren't real musicians.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, I like it because that is what I am. You know what I mean? I talk about this stuff and influence people's decisions. You know what I mean? We're doing what any other section of the internet would have, but it's about synthesizers. I think it's a cute term.
Yeah.
And I don't take offense to it. So if somebody tries to, turn it around on me, I'm not mad.
You can please so many people
That's true. And I said it last time, I know 95% of my comments are positive.
Yeah, which is great. Which is really great.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I got a few haters floating around, but they don't make a dent. So.
Yeah. But, we're almost out of time. I think this was a lot of fun. I wish we could have talked more.
This was good.
Yeah.
We should do. I like the food pairings again. You should do that every couple episodes.
Just come up with see all these new ones.
Yeah, maybe that should be the only thing you ever talk about on the
forever.
podcast.
Is just food and synthesizers.
Okay, another secret. I want to do a cooking YouTube channel as well, and I think I might just throw up a cooking video to freak people out on April Fool's Day one of these years.
Well, that's because you're always posting it on your Instagram. Which people watching this should go follow Jorb on his Instagram.
At Jorb Loves Gear.
And subscribe to his YouTube channel.
I'm flattered by that. Thank you. Yep. One day it'll be synthesizer, and then suddenly I'm, making a goulash or whatever.
Isn't that like an egg dish?
Goulash?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't know. Or is that the first thing came to mind. I think of quiche as an egg dish. Yeah. Goulash, I think of pasta and meat.
Well, it must be pasta then.
What synth pairs with goulash? This will be the last part of the podcast. Oh, what synth pairs with quiche, I guess. How about that?
Oh, man. Like a 70s Yamaha, something in there. Like a
string machine.
Yeah, like a
seal string machine.
Yeah.
I think that's real good.
Yeah.
That's a real good one.
or like something with like a lot of wood paneling on it. The fake wood paneling, like on the Poly 6s.
Yeah, the veneer.
Yeah.
I like
particle
that.
board, yeah.
That's perfect. There you go. There's your episode title. What synth pairs with quiche?
Man.
Oh, good stuff.
Well, shoot, man. Everyone watching this, go follow Jorb. Go check his channel out.
Appreciate
And,
that.
a lot.
Great talking to you
Yeah,
again.
man. Yeah, and I just wanted to say.
It's nice to do this. I'm happy to fill in whatever you need.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Totally. And I just wanted to say, we got a lot of exciting new stuff coming out in the works, and next Synth Wizards episode is getting closer and closer, so
I'm
putting a
super
lot
excited.
of work into
Super
it.
excited.
Yeah. So just want to say thanks for everyone watching. Thanks for tuning in. And I'm going to say is, you ready?
Yeah.
Modulator.
Modulator. Good job.